Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel The English Express, in which you learn with me, that is Dr. Vinita Sharma, as language matters. Yes. And if I talk in specific about English language, so believe me, it really matters. If we talk about global communication, yes, this is the language which is most widely used across the globe. At the same time, it is very much required for your career also. In academics also, English is seen as the most commonly used medium of instructions. But the problem is, sometimes we know the language, we are able to understand, we somehow manage to speak also. But whenever it comes to grammar, means using it absolutely correctly, that becomes difficult for us. जैसे कोई कार चलाना सीखना इतनी बड़ी बात नहीं है, लेकिन जब तक हमें उसके सारे पार्ट्स के फंक्शंस बहुत अच्छे से पता नहीं होंगे, तब तक हमारी ड्राइविंग बहुत एफिशिएंट नहीं हो सकती. इसी तरह से किसी भी लैंग्वेज में, वेदर बी इट इंग्लिश, हिंदी, फ्रेंच, जर्मन, मराठी, एनी लैंग्वेज, until and unless you are sound with the grammar rules, you will not be able to frame correct sentences and you will not be able to use correct language. So, to develop this accuracy in language, we actually need to learn grammar. But the problem is, grammar, which is a set of rules, sometimes it becomes so tedious for us to understand all of them and difficult for us to retain all of them. So that's why it is said, grammar is about practice. As you practice, as you learn. As much as you practice, that much you learn. So I have come up with a solution. In this playlist of mine, which consists of just 5 videos, yes, only 5 videos, I am going to cover all important topics of grammar, and believe me, I am going to begin from the scratch. Yes, begin from the beginning. I am going to make these videos on all important topics that are there in the grammar of English language, and I make sure that I am able to explain you in a way that can be as simple as possible, so that when a child is watching my video, he is also able to understand, and a professional who is watching my video, he will also be able to understand how to use grammar in English language. So if you are a student studying in school or in college, or you are a professional who wants to improve your English grammar, you can definitely watch these videos. But please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Whenever we talk of language, any language is actually a medium to express ourselves, right? In particular, whenever we talk about English language, so we need to understand that a formation of a sentence in English is always like this. Unlike Hindi, the verb comes just after the subject. ऑलराइट, जब हम हिंदी का कोई सेंटेंस बोलते हैं तो जो वर्ब है वो हमेशा लास्ट में आती है, लेकिन इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज में फर्स्ट वी हैव द सब्जेक्ट जिसको हम कर्ता कहते हैं, मीन्स द डूअर, वर्ब इज द एक्शन एंड ओ इज द ऑब्जेक्ट, राइट? Now, this is something which we always need to keep in our mind whenever we are framing a sentence in English. ओके, तो अब जरा सेंटेंस से पहले सेंटेंस जिन चीज़ों से बनता है उनकी बात करते हैं. इफ यू टॉक अबाउट द स्मॉलेस्ट एंटिटी, स्मॉलेस्ट यूनिट ऑफ इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज, दैट इज अल्फाबेट्स. ऑलराइट, अल्फाबेट्स or letters. Now in English we have 26 letters, and these letters can be divided into 2 parts. One are vowels and the next is consonants. We have only 5 vowels in English, A, E, I, O, U, and the rest of the letters are consonants, right? Now when we talk of vowels, we need to understand their sounds also, and the best way to learn the sounds of these English vowels is to know the swars of Hindi वर्णमाला. जी हाँ, अगर आपको इंग्लिश वाउल्स की साउंड्स को अच्छे से याद रखना है तो उसके लिए आप हिंदी के स्वर याद रखिए, जो कि हैं अ, आ, ई, उ, ए, ओ and O. All these sounds are found in these 5 letters, in these 5 vowels of English alphabets. Alright, now why is it that we need to know the sounds to learn articles? The basic use of articles, whenever we talk about articles in English, which are a, n and the. Now, these two articles a and an, they are called indefinite articles. Indefinite यानी अनिश्चित, जिसका जो कि particular के साथ नहीं यूज होते हैं, generally यूज होते हैं indefinite. And the is known as definite article. Now, a and n, another quality, another feature of these two articles is that they are always used with one, means singular. Alright, whereas the can be used with singular or plural. Now, if we talk about the use of a and an, we need to understand that the basic difference in use of a and an is that an is used with the words beginning with vowel sound. Words beginning with vowel sound. Now, vowel sound means all these sounds. Beginning with vowel sound, not the vowel. Beginning with vowel sound. Now, for example, let's say, if we say, of course, I am taking a very simple word, apple. Now, this word apple, it begins with A, and when we pronounce it, it says apple. So, it is beginning with the vowel sound, that is A. But, for example, if we say MA, MA, which is a degree. So it begins with M, which is not a vowel, but yes, when we pronounce it, MA, A is coming, A, which is a vowel sound. So it is supposed to be an. She is an MA in English, right? Same goes with MLA, alright? Same goes with honest. Honest. Why? Because in writing it begins with a consonant, but when we pronounce it, the sound of H is silent and the sound that it begins with is honest, O, which is a vowel sound. So whenever a word begins with a vowel sound, we always use an before it, and if it is beginning with a consonant sound, then we use a before it when we are talking about any indefinite article or an indefinite person who or what is singular. Alright, with one only. But as far as the is concerned, the article the is used for particular. Particular, जब हम किसी specific की बात कर रहे हैं, किसी particular की बात कर रहे हैं, जैसे for example, if I write, I saw a girl in the party last night. The girl was wearing a beautiful dress. See, I saw a girl in the party. A girl. Girl is singular, beginning with consonant sound, and at the same time we don't know anything specific about the girl. We are talking about any girl. That is why we use a. I saw a girl in the party. Why the party? Because I am not talking about any party. I am talking about the party which happened last night and where I went. Alright. So it's a specific, particular party. That is why the is used here. Now the girl was wearing a beautiful dress. Here I have used the with the girl. Why? Because now I am not talking about any girl. I am talking about the girl whom I saw last night. Alright. So here the girl has become particular. That is why the will be used. The girl was wearing a beautiful dress. Dress singular, dress beginning with the, so consonant sound, and any dress. So that's why a is used. I hope you understand the use of a, an, and the. This is the basic use. You see, as I told you that in these videos I am going to talk about important rules that you all should know. Now one more thing. See, alphabets only make words. Group of alphabets or group of letters, they always form words when we put them together. And you know, with one word we can form many words, right? And how can we do that? We can always do that by using suffix or prefix. See, many letters join together. For example, we make it common. Now if we use un before common, which means prefix, pre matlab pehle, prefix. So we have used prefix un so that the word becomes uncommon. Now if I use a suffix li with it, so it becomes uncommonly. I hope you are able to understand. So this is how we can learn about word formations. Alright, how different words are formed. And to improve your vocabulary and to learn more about words, let me assure you, reading dictionary really helps in that. Now, when we are learning about words, so one important thing that comes is the parts of speech. Parts of speech. This is the basic, fundamental grammar which everybody needs to know, and grammar always begins with parts of speech. Parts of speech. Speech means what all we say. हम जो भी कुछ बोलते हैं, क्या बोलते हैं? हम sentences बोलते हैं, और sentences किससे बनता है? Words से बनता है. तो words have been classified, they have been divided as parts of speech. Alright, and let's see what are these parts of speech and how do we use them. So the first part of speech is noun, second is pronoun, third adjective, fourth verb, fifth adverb, sixth preposition, seventh conjunction, and eighth interjection. Alright, so in English we have 8 parts of speech. The first part of speech is noun. Noun means naming words. Naming words. जी हाँ, वो words जो किसी का नाम बताते हैं, they are called nouns. Nouns are always related to names. Now, if we have to repeat the names every time, so we are not going to say. For example, if I describe someone, right? Let's talk about my dog. I have a dog as a pet. His name is Rio. Rio is golden in color. Rio is a Labrador. Rio loves me a lot. So I'm describing my dog Rio, and it's not necessary that every time I keep taking his name to describe. Alright, so when we substitute a noun, we use pronoun at that time. So pronoun is actually words used in place of nouns. So for Rio, I can use it because it is an animal. If I am talking about a boy or a man, I can use he. If I am talking about a woman or a girl, I can use she. If I am talking about a place, I can use it. Alright, so these are all pronouns, and we have plurals also of pronouns. The way we have singular and plural for nouns, in the same way we have singular and plural of pronouns as well. So pronouns are words replacing nouns, okay, or substitutions of noun. Words replacing nouns. जो nouns की जगह पर हम words use करते हैं, उनको हम pronouns कहते हैं. Alright. Now, when we have learnt about nouns means names, pronouns जो nouns की जगह use हो जाते हैं, उनको हम pronouns कहते हैं. So adjectives, actually, adjectives are describing words. Describing words means ये हमेशा describe करते हैं. They always give some information. They add to the quality of nouns और pronouns. Nouns और pronouns को जो describe करता है, वो words, describing words यानी कि adjectives कहलाते हैं. For example, in these sentences I talked about a girl. Alright, a girl who became a particular girl means then I use the girl. The girl was wearing a dress. What kind of dress? Beautiful dress. What kind of dress? Beautiful dress. So here the word beautiful is an adjective. Why? Because it is adding an information about the dress. Dress is a noun. It is adding something to the noun. That's why it has become an adjective. Alright. Now next is verbs. See, verbs are action words. Verbs are action words. Action words means, for example, right now I am explaining. So explain is an action which I am doing. You people must be listening to me. So listen is an action. You are watching the video. So watch is an action. Alright, all those words which indicate an action, they are called verbs. Alright. Now the next is, see, verbs are further divided into two things. One are helping verbs. Means auxiliary verbs, and another are main verbs. Main verbs tell us the action and helping verbs tell us the tense. So when we do tenses, I am going to talk in detail about the verbs at that time. Now next is adverb. As the word suggests, adverb, which adds something to the verb, is called an adverb. As simple as that. How can it be? Like for example, if we say he walks fast. Right. Now here he is the subject, walk is the verb. Now this word fast, it adds information, it tells a quality. But telling the quality of what? Is he telling the quality of he, or is he telling the quality of walk? If we say he is fast, here this word fast is used for he, which is a pronoun. So here it becomes an adjective. राइट लेकिन यहां पर हम जो वर्ड फास्ट यूज कर रहे हैं वो वॉक के लिए यूज कर रहे हैं, वॉक विच इज वर्ब, सो इट बिकम्स एन एडवर्ब. आई होप यू हैव अंडरस्टूड द डिफरेंस. जब हम कोई क्वालिटी नाउन या प्रोनाउन की बताएंगे तो वो एडजेक्टिव होगा, लेकिन अगर हम कोई क्वालिटी वर्ब की बताएंगे, उस एक्शन वर्ड की बताएंगे, देन इट बिकम्स एन एडवर्ब. ऑलराइट. Now the next is preposition. Please understand preposition. Pre means पहले, position. ये I am writing on the board. I am writing on the board. तो writing और board के बीच में जो संबंध है, जो उसकी position है, वो हमें word on बता रहा है. That's why it is a preposition. Alright, it establishes the connection. It tells us the position of two objects, two things, two actions, two nouns. Right? Conjunction. So conjunction can be said as joining words. Alright, they are joining words. Joining words means जो कि दो nouns को add करें, Ram and Lakshman. Alright, so they are joining two words. Sometimes they join two sentences also. So that's why they are called joining words, because these words and, but, so, therefore, if, there are many, endless. So these words are used to join either two words or two sentences, two or more sentences, or two or more words. Right? Now the next is interjection. Interjection, these words are used to express, see, these are not literary words, but they are always used to express certain emotion, to express certain feeling. Like if we use the word wow, alright, if we use the word alas. So these are all interjections. Why? Because they always express certain feeling or emotion. Alright, so I hope you are able to get a good idea about parts of speech, that there are 8 parts of a speech and in what way do they function. So now from the next time, whenever you come across any sentence, try to figure out which are the parts of a speech. Each word, which part of speech it is. Alright, चलिए अब हमने जहां से शुरू किया था एक बार फिर से वहीं से चलते हैं. Structure of a sentence, that is subject, verb and object. Now when we are talking about sentences, okay, so we need to understand different kinds of sentences, and for that you should know that sentences have been categorized on the basis of two things. One is on the basis of their meaning and another is on the basis of structure. ओके हर सेंटेंस का एक मीनिंग होता है और हर सेंटेंस का एक स्ट्रक्चर भी होता है. द बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर इज दिस ओनली विच आई हैव टोल्ड यू ट्वाइस. नाउ as per this structure, when we categorize the sentences, they are divided into 3 parts: simple, complex and compound. And when we talk about sentences which are divided on the basis of meaning of the sentence, then we have 5 types. One is assertive. We call them declarative also. Next is interrogative. Next is imperative. Next is exclamatory. So these are 4 types. Why did I say 5 before? Because these assertives or declaratives can further be divided into 2: affirmative and negative. Alright, so let's discuss the role of these kinds of sentences. तो चलिए सबसे पहले बात करते हैं on the basis of meaning. जैसा कि मैंने आपको बताया, meaning के basis पे जब हम sentences को divide करते हैं, the first type is always assertive. Alright, assertive sentences are actually statements. They are simple statements, and statements can be of 2 types. There can be a positive statement and there can be a negative statement. Negative statement is the one which uses not in it. जिसमें नहीं का प्रयोग होगा वो negative होगा, and that's why we call them negative sentences also. And positive जो हाँ में होते हैं, that is they are affirmative or positive sentences. Alright. Now the next type is interrogative. Interrogative sentences means questions. Alright, interrogative sentences means questions. Now questions can also be divided into two parts. One are the types of questions which can be answered in yes or no, and another type of questions which need subjective answer. Subjective answer means उनका थोड़ा detailed answer चाहिए होता है, या ये कह लीजिए कि उनको हम yes और no में answer नहीं कर सकते हैं. तो वो क्वेश्चंस जो yes और no में आंसर कर सकते हैं, they always begin with a helping verb. Like, do you like mangoes? क्या तुम्हें mangoes पसंद हैं? So do is the helping verb, right? So do you like mangoes? But it can be answered in yes or no. But another type of question is, why do you like mangoes? तुम्हें mangoes क्यों पसंद हैं? So it needs a subjective answer, and that's why the question word why has been used in the beginning of the sentence. तो हमेशा याद रखिए कि questions दो तरह के होते हैं, एक जिनको हम yes और no में आंसर कर सकते हैं, and these questions they always begin with helping verb. और जो क्वेश्चन वर्ड वाले क्वेश्चंस होते हैं, लाइक व्हाई, व्हाट, व्हेन, वेयर, हाउ, व्हेन दीज क्वेश्चन वर्ड्स आर यूज्ड इन द बिगिनिंग ऑफ अ क्वेश्चन, दीज क्वेश्चंस नीड सब्जेक्टिव आंसर. इनका आंसर हम येस और नो में नहीं कर सकते, उसके लिए हमें थोड़ा खुल के जवाब देना पड़ता है, राइट? वी नीड टू एक्सप्लेन, we need to give some facts about it, right? So that is interrogative. Now the next type is always imperative. Imperative sentence means any request, command, order or advice. So these on the basis of meaning, what the sentence convey. Alright, if it is conveying a request, if it is conveying a command, order or advice, then we always call it imperative sentence, right? The last is exclamatory sentence. Now exclamatory sentences, they always express any emotion or sudden feeling, outburst of feeling. Wow, we have won the match. Alas, he is no more among us. So feeling of joy, feeling of sadness, feeling of excitement, feeling of certain emotion, so that is called exclamatory sentence. Okay, which expresses any sudden feeling, which expresses any sudden emotion, that is an exclamatory sentence. And to write exclamatory sentences, most of the time we use interjections. I discussed with you these words which are not literary in their meanings, but yes, they convey a certain emotion. Alright, so interjections are used in exclamatory sentences only. Sometimes we pray also, out of being emotional, we pray also, so that they all are called exclamatory sentences. अब एक और basic सी बात कर लेते हैं. Assertive sentences जो कि simple statements हैं, तो that is why we always end them with a full stop. Punctuation mark, full stop is used at the end of these sentences. Interrogative sentences means questions, they always take a question mark. Imperative sentences always take a full stop, and exclamatory sentences always take a mark of exclamation. Alright, so I hope you are able to understand these four types of sentences which are divided on the basis of their meaning. Now let's discuss the kinds of sentences on the basis of its structure. Alright, I already told you that there are three kinds of sentences which are divided on the basis of structure: simple, complex and compound. But to understand them better, you need to understand another term which is known as clauses. With this, I would also like to do phrases with you, because sometimes, or I have seen it most of the time, that people get confused between phrases and clauses. Alright, phrase is also a group of words. Alright, this is also a group of words which makes sense but not complete sense. हमेशा याद रखिए, एक सेंटेंस की तरह इसमें ना तो सब्जेक्ट होगा ना इसका प्रेडिकेट होगा. ऑलराइट, फ्रेज जो है वो इट विल जस्ट बी अ ग्रुप ऑफ वर्ड्स. इट विल कन्वे सम सेंस बट इट विल नॉट गिव अस कंप्लीट सेंस. इसको हम सेंटेंस नहीं कह सकते हैं, इसका अपना कोई सब्जेक्ट और प्रेडिकेट नहीं होता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, माई फ्रेंड is a good football player. Now in this sentence, my friend and a good football player, these two are phrases. Alright, they are group of words but they do not give complete sense. अगर हम सिर्फ my friend का यूज करें तो इसका कोई complete sense नहीं है, या a good football player उसका कोई complete sense नहीं है. Alright, when they are joined with a verb and when one of them act as a subject, then only they make some sense and then it becomes a sentence. Okay, so these are phrases. These two are phrases. But now let's talk about clauses. See, clause is a group of words which has a subject and predicate. Means which has a subject, a finite verb. Alright. So, in a way, it acts like a sentence, but we call it a clause because it is a part of sentence. Let's see an example. For example, if we say the lady who is wearing red sari is my aunt. The lady who is wearing red sari is my aunt. Now you see the lady. So in this sentence, who is wearing red sari, this is another group of words where you can say that who is acting as a subject, is wearing is the finite verb, right? Who is wearing red sari, it is making complete sense, you know. जो red sari पहने हुए है, the lady is my aunt, this is another sentence we can say, another part of this sentence which makes complete sense. The lady is my aunt, वो lady मेरी aunt है, कौन, जिसने रेड साड़ी पहनी हुई है. सो दैट इज अनदर क्लॉज. नाउ दीज क्लॉजेस कैन बी आइडेंटिफाइड एज टू. वन इज मेन और इंडिपेंडेंट क्लॉज, main or independent clause, and another is subordinate clause. See, as the name suggests, ये नाम से ही पता चल रहा है, मेन क्लॉज, इंडिपेंडेंट. इंडिपेंडेंट मतलब कि ये किसी पर भी डिपेंड नहीं है. किस पर डिपेंड नहीं है? इट डज नॉट डिपेंड ऑन एनी other group of words to give it sense. It has its own sense completely. अगर हम उसको अलग से रखें तो वो अपना पूरा सेंस बनाता है. जैसे the lady is my aunt. Okay, now this clause, why is it a clause? Because it is part of the sentence. The lady is my aunt. It has a subject, it has a verb, it has an object, and it makes complete sense. Okay, it does not depend on who is wearing red sari for its meaning. लेकिन ये जो part of sentence है, ये जो clause है, who is wearing a red sari, it depends on this main clause for its meaning. That is why this is subordinate clause. ये subordinate clause है. क्यों? क्योंकि इसका meaning तब तक clear नहीं हो सकता जब तक कि हम इसको main clause के साथ नहीं रखेंगे. तो main clause independent clause होता है which does not depend on any other clause for its complete meaning, while subordinate clause depends on the main clause for its complete meaning. Alright? अब जब हमें मेन क्लॉज और सबऑर्डिनेट क्लॉज में डिफरेंस समझ आ जाएगा तभी हम ये सिंपल, कॉम्प्लेक्स और कंपाउंड सेंटेंसेस को समझ पाएंगे. तो चलिए देखते हैं. नाउ एग्जामिन दिस सेंटेंस केयरफुली. इफ आई से दे विल कम टुमारो, ऑलराइट, दे विल कम टुमारो. नाउ इन दिस सेंटेंस दे इज द सब्जेक्ट, विल कम टुमारो इज predicate, right? And you can see that will come is the one finite verb that it has. Okay, it has one finite verb. They will come tomorrow. ठीक है, तो इसका सिंपल एक सब्जेक्ट है, एक फाइनाइट वर्ब है एंड ऑब्जेक्ट है. दैट इज वाई इट इज कॉल्ड सिंपल सेंटेंस बिकॉज इट हैज वन फाइनाइट वर्ब. इन दिस सेंटेंस वी हैव ओनली वन फाइनाइट वर्ब, राइट? बट नाउ लुक एट अनदर सेंटेंस. ऑलराइट, God made the country and man made the town. Right? In this sentence, God made the country and man made the town. Now see, God made the country. This is one main clause, independent clause, because it is giving the clear meaning. It does not depend on any other clause for its meaning. It has a subject, one finite verb, and man made the town. This is another clause, main clause. So it has two main clauses. It has two independent clauses because it has two finite verbs. All right, so that is why it is a compound sentence. When we see that two main clauses, it has minimum two main clauses, there can be more than two also, and they are joined with a conjunction. एक conjunction का use करके हम इन दो clauses को जोड़कर sentence बना देते हैं. Alright, so it has at least two main clauses, or you can say it has at least two finite verbs. Now let's see another kind of sentence. They returned when the sun had set. They returned, which of course is one finite verb, it's a main clause. When the sun had set, जब सूरज डूब चुका था. नाउ इन दिस पार्ट ऑफ द सेंटेंस इट इज द सबऑर्डिनेट क्लॉज. ये सबऑर्डिनेट क्लॉज है. तो जिस सेंटेंस में एक सबऑर्डिनेट क्लॉज का यूज होगा, where we'll have at least one or more than one subordinate clauses, that sentence becomes a complex sentence. ऑलराइट, इसमें सबॉर्डिनेट क्लॉज का यूज जरूर होगा, जबकि जो कंपाउंड सेंटेंस है उसमें सबॉर्डिनेट क्लॉज का यूज नहीं होता है. वी यूज टू और मोर मेन क्लॉजेज देयर, बट इन कॉम्प्लेक्स सेंटेंस वी हैव एटलीस्ट वन और मोर subordinate clauses. So overall we can say that a simple sentence is the one which has one finite verb, but complex or compound sentence, they will have more than one finite verbs. But the difference is, in compound sentence we have main clauses, there is no subordinate clause, but in complex sentence we have subordinate clause, all right, with the main clause. Okay, so I hope in this way you all must be able to understand sentences to some extent, at least the kinds of sentences, what are the types of sentences on the basis of meaning as well as on the basis of structure. Now in our next class, in our next video, I am going to talk about functional grammar, and I am going to begin with tenses. So please don't miss my next video on tenses. That's all for today. Bye bye, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel.